Hi guys, welcome back to another LEGO video. This time it's going to be a tutorial on an issue that I've noticed in YouTube. That is the lack of LEGO choppers, like minifigure scale choppers. So I'm going to be taking an ordinary LEGO bike frame, which is just underneath this body shell. Yeah, just one of these standard bike frames, nothing special about it. It could be a sports bike, could be a dirt bike, but I haven't ever seen a shell that makes it a chopper. So today we're going to fix that problem. We're going to start off with a parts list. You can pause the video if you need to, and all of the parts are there. Oh, hang on, there's apart from that one there. All of the parts are there. All of the parts in blue you could swap out for a different colour, that's your choice though. And these two little parts in red here don't necessarily have to be red, they could also be whatever colour you choose for the tank and the rear fender. Oops, camera slips then. Right then, so we're going to start off by building the chassis and frame. So we're going to take the actual LEGO bike frame and then some wheels. I like using the light grey wheels for this project because I just think that they go better and stand out more. Try not to snap off these little stubs here because those are what makes it clip in. And I have found they can be quite fragile if the pieces are somewhat old. They should just clip in and they should be pretty good. Pretty good wheels. They just freely spin, what have you. Then you're going to take one of these pneumatic hose joiners. Not really sure what these pieces are called, but they're commonly used in bikes like this as a kickstand, and you're going to put it on the right hand side, push it all the way in. This will become a kickstand. When you're using it, only ever put it up to roughly where the engine starts because of the weight of the exhaust. So put that to one side. Now to build the exhaust, we take one of these loudhailer pieces, commonly found in things like LEGO Star Wars sets as guns, and then one of these LEGO flick missile pieces. Again, these can also be commonly found in LEGO Star Wars sets. Going to make sure that these little gaps though are pointing up and down. Then take the loudhailer, make sure that this side peg is pointing sideways, and then just insert them like that. This piece won't go in very far, but it's still enough to make a nice looking exhaust. You then take the bike frame and put it onto the left side. I like to just put it in and then turn the entire thing so that the flick missile piece is the same kind of height as this part of the frame. So just about there. If you've done it correctly, it should look something like this. And now we're going to move on to building the body. So the body all revolves around one of these pieces here. I've chosen brown because it makes it look like a brown kind of leather in the middle. Could also be black, just so long as you've got a piece like this. You are then going to take two lots of pieces like this. You're going to take, for the first set, take this black piece and put the 1x1 piece on the back of it. Then for the second one, going to take the 1x1 piece and then put that on the front of the 1x1 clip piece. Then you take your 1x1 or whatever this piece is called, right angle piece. Going to hold it in a V and then take these pieces and just push them in so that they're pointing outwards, make it look more like a Y. This will then become the clips to which this is all connected to the frame. Then we're going to take some more of these 1x1 clip pieces, and these pieces here are going to go on the other end of the Y like so, on both sides. Everything in this build is going to be pretty much symmetrical, so you end up with something a bit like this, if the camera would focus. So yeah, you end up with something looking a little bit like that. You then take two 1x1 studs, and you just put these into the sides of the 1x1 clips that we just put in, like so. Now I'm going to put that piece aside, take one of these 2x2 kind of hinge pieces, and a 1x2 in blue or whatever colour you've selected for this rear piece and the tank, and you are just going to clip those on like that. You then take the piece that we've been making and you just attach it together and bend it down to form another right angle. You can put that to one side again And then we take the pieces for the tank, the fuel tank. Take one of these 1x2s, and then a 1x1. This one could have a stud on, but I don't have any in this particular colour with a stud on, so I'm just using this one at the moment. Doesn't really matter. It is worth noting though, that if you take this brown piece and say swapped it out for a white piece, and then replace this with a white piece, it would kind of look like a racing stripe going down the middle of the tank along there. That can look quite cool, so it's completely open to your decision. And you just put the other 1x2 on there like so. This assembly is now ready to be fitted onto the bike, but first move that rear fender so it's up. Take the bike frame, and then there are these two small pegs just here and here. You're just going to clip everything in, make sure everything's all lined up nicely, and then fold that rear fender down as low as you can get it without it touching the rear wheel and obscuring it. And then we have the Lego Harley Davidson completely finished. It will have quite an angle to it when it's resting, as you can see. That's purely because without it the weight of the exhaust will almost always make it fall over, or it would end up resting an even stranger angle. So I just like to have it something like that. It is worth noting though that if you do want to put a minifigure on this bike, you can't put on his legs, which is a bit of an issue that I'm working on at the moment. However, it doesn't mean to say that you can't put a minifigure on there. For instance, I'll just grab one quickly now. It's just this engineer kind of dude. So you're going to take his legs off, and you're going to take his hands, position them so that their curves are on the outside, and then to put him on the bike, you just clip him on like so, and then just push him down so he seats right down into the bike like so. And then if you notice, this little strip of black pieces here kind of looks like his legs. That's what I was kind of going for with these rounded pieces here, to make it look like this part here in the legs, where it's kind of rounded over to allow for that swivelling. So yeah, there we have it, a Lego Harley Davidson completely finished. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking the video. If you have any questions or queries, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.